This is Ashley with The Panicked Foodie, and today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to peel canned chickpeas to make the smoothest and creamiest hummus. Before we get into today's video, I first wanted to show you the difference between hummus made with unpeeled and peeled chickpeas because the difference is quite striking. The top image shows what hummus would look like if you were to make it with unpeeled chickpeas. The picture on the bottom shows what the hummus would look like if you made it with peeled chickpeas. And you can see in the top image that the hummus is actually quite chunky versus the bottom where it's completely smooth. It almost looks like a buttercream frosting. That's the consistency that it has. And if you were to take a little bit of the top hummus and rub it between your fingers, it would feel gritty, almost like a chunky peanut butter, versus the hummus from the bottom, it feels very velvety, smooth, rich, and light, like a frosting. First, we need to drain the liquid from the chickpeas, also known as aquafaba. This liquid can be saved and set aside for future use, or you can discard it. To save it, place a medium-sized bowl in the sink. Next, pour a 15-ounce can of chickpeas into a fine mesh sieve. Once most of the liquid is strained off, remove the bowl. Rinse under cool running water. I like to swish them around with my hands to try and get off as much of the liquid as possible. And here you can see that one of the peels has already come off. Give the chickpeas a good shake to get most of the water off. The first method for removing the peels is known as the towel method. Dump out the chickpeas onto a kitchen towel. Using a light touch, roll them in the towel. If you press too hard, you'll end up smashing the chickpeas. And you can see here as I'm rolling them that some of the peels are starting to come off, which we will pick up and discard. Continue rolling them in this way and removing peels until all of the chickpeas have been shelled. Moving on to method number 2, which I call the can method. This is where we will peel the chickpeas one by one. Transfer the chickpeas into a small bowl. You can fold up the edges of the towel like I've done here and create a little funnel to make this easier. Here we have a chickpea that's already been peeled, so this is what we want ultimately. For this method, we're going to peel each chickpea by hand. Now, all of the estimates I've seen online say that this takes only about 10 minutes. I think that it probably takes a lot longer than that. Or maybe I'm just a really slow peeler. Continue peeling one by one until they're all peeled. And the last and final method is the cooking method, which is the most popular and the most efficient. For this method, we'll first need to coat the chickpeas with baking soda. You need to use 1.5 teaspoons per 15-ounce can. Stir until the chickpeas are completely coated. Heat a dry pan over low to medium heat for 5 minutes. Pour in the chickpeas. You'll want to be constantly stirring so that they don't burn and stick to the pan. I have tried this at 2 different electric stove settings, 3.5 and 5 out of 10, and in both cases, the peels began to fall off around the 30-second mark, and the process was completely finished at around a minute. The white residue you see on the pan is the baking soda. While it looks like a mess, it's actually very easy to clean. And here you can see lots of the peels have come off just from the cooking process alone. Fill a 4-quart bowl with cold water and then dump in the cooked chickpeas. Next, we're going to take our hands and roll the chickpeas between them. This is a very quick and efficient way to get the peels off. You can see that they're coming right off. And you can see after doing this for a few minutes that the water gets very discolored and the peels are all sitting at the bottom with the chickpeas. Using a mixing spoon, you can disturb the liquid to bring the peels to the surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the spoon to bring the peels to the surface, and then use a fine mesh strainer to skim them off, similar to cleaning a swimming pool. Now, an additional step that I did that isn't shown here, once you've skimmed off most of the peels, you can take the bowl with the dirty water and the chickpeas and strain off that liquid through the sieve, and then you can pick out any of the remaining peels that you weren't able to skim off. This step is optional, but I like to do it to make sure that all of the chickpeas have been peeled. And so I manually go through the chickpeas and remove any remaining peels. You can do this either one at a time, like I do here in the beginning, or a more efficient way is to do it by the handful. To remove a peel from a chickpea, you just have to pinch it and it'll slide right off. And there you have it, peeled chickpeas. I like to use peeled chickpeas in my brownie batter hummus and my key lime hummus, which you can find on my site. If you like my recipes and want to get more, click like and subscribe below. Thank you for watching.